Are we live?
Yeah.
Here's the music.
Maybe when the music stops.
What time is it now? Anybody tuned in?
Hello, everybody.
Hey, where's Parker gone to? Are we good, Parker?
Yeah.
Okay, good evening, everybody. We have background music, which we're going to now stop. Okay, so we want to welcome you to our MedAesthetics live event tonight, Facebook, Instagram, and I'm here with my colleagues here, Harley Crawford, Christina Gavrilets. Christine is our nurse practitioner, and Harley is one of our nurse injectors. Okay, so we have a great team here at MedAesthetics in the injection team. We have one of our other injectors, another nurse injectors on mat leave. We'll be back in the summer. And we also have Michelle as well. So we have a great team with lots of depth. And tonight we're going to be talking about Botox and filler. But before we start, I want to make sure that everybody is RSVP'd on the forum, on the Instagram live, on the, where else is it, Amanda?
Facebook event page.
Facebook event page, okay, because we have a great prize tonight. Okay, it's a full face assessment with treatment. So this is going to include Botox, filler, all the things we're going to be talking about tonight. And we'll customize a plan depending on what your needs are. Okay, so a lot of what we'll talk about tonight will kind of hopefully answer, well, what is my prize? If you win, you'll get a good understanding of it. So why don't we kick off by just going through the basics. Okay, so questions we get asked is, what is the difference between Botox and filler? So Christina, Botox.
All right, so Botox is a purified protein.
Okay.
When we inject it into a muscle, it temporarily relaxes that muscle. So it smooths and decreases fine lines and wrinkles, and overall gives you a smoother, more youthful appearance.
Okay, so like when somebody comes in for a Botox appointment, how long does it take? What happens?
Yeah, so your appointment is very quick. You can expect to be in and out of the appointment within 45 minutes. You can expect little to no discomfort. It's very well tolerated by most of our clients. No downtime. You can come on your lunch break and be back to work right away. Onset of action, people will start to notice that their muscles are starting to weaken within a day to 3 days, but for full effects, it does take 2 weeks. On average, Botox lasts 3 to 4 months. So we do recommend retreatment when your movement's coming back about every 3 to 4 months.
Okay, so expect 3 or 4 visits per year, 30 to 45 minutes, depending on your, somebody like me would say, come in, do as fast as you can. Other people may just say, take your time, I want to enjoy this process, right? So you customize it depending on people's lives and schedules, right? And unless you go home and sleep after or on your lunch break, that's what you can't do. You can't lie flat for a few hours after, right? So
Yeah.
But you can go back to work, do your normal things, just don't work out for a few hours, right?
That's right. Your post instructions will be not to touch the areas, no exercising, no laying down for 4 hours, and moving those muscles to help the uptake of the Botox into the muscle.
Okay, thank you. So that gives a nice overview of Botox. Now, filler is the next question people ask. So we've answered what Botox is, and what is filler, Harley?
Filler. So filler is one of my favorite treatments, but filler is a soft injectable gel made out of hyaluronic acid, which is a natural occurring sugar in our body. And it's used to instantly restore volume, contour, redefine different areas of the face. So jawline, lips, cheeks, all very popular areas.
Okay, so it's not just lips, it's more than that, right? So, and I guess we'll get into that depending on the age group as well, right? So again, very popular. We're just going to mention Valkyra because we're just talking about the different injectables we have here. Christina, you know a lot about Valkyra.
Yeah, so a lot of our clients have some fullness underneath their chin and they ask what can be done for that. And Valkyra is a medication that we can inject into that area, and it decreases the fullness. And what you get is a more defined jawline and side profile.
Right.
And Belkyra works great with a couple of our other services like cool sculpting or jawline filler.
Okay. So as the masks come off, we'll have to start showing off our jaws and jawlines and everything else. So we hopefully, and people have been seeing on Zoom calls, and we've seen that a lot over the last 2 years, saying, I've never seen myself up close for so long. And people come in and say, okay, what can I do about such and such, right? So we've seen a lot of that. So I guess the next question we have, and we kind of collected some questions over the last couple of weeks, is, am I too young for Botox or filler? Am I too old? Is there an age limit? Is there anybody who shouldn't start doing it? And if you're over 18, we have something for everybody from 18 to in your 90s, right? And we have clients who we've done filler in your late 80s. I've seen it, and we have lots of clients even in their 90s coming in for treatment. So as we live longer, we have more and more clients who give us through the whole age spectrum, right? So different age groups. So you're in your 20s, Harley, right? Early 20s, right? And early 20s. Okay, so your friends, assume they're the same age, do they come in and get Botox?
Absolutely. I've got them hooked.
Okay.
So in your 20s and 30s, prevention is key. We really want to work on preventing lines from forming on our face. We're very lucky because Botox was made about 20 years ago, so we're really growing up with this. So Botox in the forehead, in between the brows, around the eyes, great areas to start with. Even if you don't have lines, we're relaxing that muscle and preventing that contraction, which in the future can create lines untreated.
So if you're getting this in your 20s, you may prevent or delay the progression of these lines. If you're not contracting it and making all those facial expressions that none of us can do.
No.
And we would you'd start developing those lines, right? So
exactly.
Okay, now for filler in your 20s, where do you find your clients and colleagues and friends are getting it?
Yeah, so filler in your 20s, you don't necessarily have that lack of volume, but a lot of my clients are looking to just enhance the already beautiful features that they have. So lips, very, very popular, cheekbones, jawline, chin are all popular areas in that age group where we're just doing a little enhancement.
Okay, so again, if you're filling out your RSVP forms, and we'll be coming up with a full face assessment. So when you're some of your 20s, yes, Botox fillers. Now we get 40s and 50s. What is happening then, Christina? What's the natural aging process that you see?
Yeah, so when we get to kind of our fourth decade, we really start to see the more pronounced signs of aging. So as we age, our body's own production of collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid starts to slow down. Our bone density starts to decrease. Our natural fat pads start to shrink, shift, and descend. And our fine lines start to deepen, and we start to see those lines even at rest. So clients come to us and say, I look in the mirror, I see a photo of myself, and I look tired, I look angry, I look sad, but I don't feel that way. And they point to areas like the nasolabial folds and the M lines where they start to see the aging on their own faces. So we like to treat this with a combination of Botox that's going to soften the lines and wrinkles, as well as filler to give back that structure to the face. So common areas that we treat in this age group are cheeks, nasolabial folds, M lines, jawline, chin, and lips as well.
Okay, and that kind of will progress, I'm sure, into 60s, 70s, and 80s, the same thing. So once you are starting, you just kind of continue your journey, right? That's I think as your muscles, as you get older, sometimes you have stronger muscles in different parts of your face. So we're always careful not to use less maybe in certain areas and more in others. So that's what these experts are here for. So really, there's a treatment plan for everybody. So as I said, 20s all the way is if you're watching the show, you can fill out the form and you definitely do well out of our prize tonight, right? Which is great value for everybody. So what happens next? So somebody's heard this tonight. They say, I like the sound of Botox. I like the sound of filler. How do they get started? What's the process typically?
So they're going to come in for a consultation.
Sure,
they're going to come meet us.
Yeah.
We like to say this is not a date. This is a journey. We don't want to just inject you and never see you again. We love going through the process of the consultation, really honing in on your desired goals. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to do an optic elite scan. We love our Optic Elite.
Yeah, so that's something that kind of lets us get a snapshot of where you start your journey, and we check in every 6 months and you can see all the benefits that you're achieving. And sometimes we find clients will come in and they'll say, I want Botox or a filler. They may think that's what they want, and that is probably what they want. But once they go through the consultation process, we may even say, you know what, there may be a laser treatment that may be a benefit for you. We'll do that first, and then you'll benefit from Botox after. We're not here to say no to people, but we'll say, here are your options. Here's a comprehensive plan. Here's your medicated creams, all the different treatments that we have, right? So it's not just Botox filler out the door. We have lots of other services, and that's what we talk about, the consultation process. We have a new program for any new clients or people who haven't been here before. If you're a member, you'll know already what this entails. So our members get great savings. We're trying to kind of get away from having people waiting twice a year for a big sale, and we want to offer a sale 12 months a year. That's what we do with our membership programs, and it's you can sign up, and there's no kind of contract where it's not binding. If you say, I have reasons why I need to come out of my membership program, just give us 30 days notice. It's your money. It's basically your money going to your MedAesthetics account. When you spend it, you spend it at a discount, which is great. What we're doing now for any new clients, they come in, they go through the consultation, the Optic Elite process, and we'll come up with a customized 6-month plan with a lot of savings for them. So they'll get the feeling of what it's going to be like to be a member if they choose to continue on that journey. And we want people to try different services, try different treatments here at MedAesthetics. And we don't want people to be scared about, be intimidated by the clinic or the price of it. We sit down and talk to everybody about their budgets and what the best treatment plans are for them. So we encourage you to take advantage that we offer free consultation. You'll come in, you get your Optic Elite. You can talk about what a plan would be for you, what it looks like over 3 months, 6 months, a year, etc. So we encourage everybody to do that. They can go to medaesthetics.ca, 337-6200 is our phone number. We can do it that way as well. So that's kind of part of what we're inclusive. We don't want anybody to feel that this isn't the right place for them, because we honestly have something for everybody in this clinic. So whether you're your first time getting to the aesthetics journey to somebody who's an expert at it and been around, there's something for everybody here, which is great.
And we love to build relationships with our clients. That's really important to us.
Yeah. So we have people say, like, why, and you probably hear this yourselves, you're out with your friends and say, I go here, I go there. Why? What's so great about your clinic? I mean, we love our clinic, obviously. We all love aesthetics. But I mean, what are some of the things you would tell people that's the benefits of our clinic? We're not comparing ourselves to anybody else, but one thing I would think is the depth of all the treatment options here that we have, right? It's not just Botox and filler, because as we know, there's a lot more to these treatment plans than that. So when we come up with a plan, it might be 6 or 7 different things, maybe over time, but it doesn't mean we're not like one trick ponies. There's one thing for everybody. One thing I would say. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously we have a great team. So we have 3 or 4 injectors. We have 4 injectors with the full teams here. So 3 injectors, working full time. We have our laser team as well. So we have the body contouring team as well. So, and we have a nurse practitioner who's here 40 hours a week. I'm here as well all the time. So all your plans are being overseen by all medical professionals, which is great. So anything else you want to add before we finish up tonight?
Do you want to talk about our Pronox?
Yes. Okay. So if you're like me and a bit of a baby sometimes.
Big baby.
So Pronox. So Pronox is a combination of nitrous oxide and oxygen that if you get nervous before a treatment, or you sometimes don't like the sight of a needle or pain, you use what we call Pronox. We just brought it in the clinic a couple of weeks ago. We use it like 4 times today. It is great. So people just, they actually want to take it home with them. Totally relaxes you, reduces the pain like 50%, 75%, somebody said 110% today when we did a treatment. So sometimes when you're getting, if you're nervous about getting your lips injected, you can use it for that. You can use it for everything. So it's safe. The effects are worn off after 10 minutes, which is great.
So we have some questions coming through. If you want to use Pronox with filler, can you use topical numbing cream concurrently?
Yep, you can use, So we'll use, we had a client today who we use topical, we use our cooling system, and we use the Pronox, and I mean, they were just as happy.
For laser treatment, not.
No, well, that wasn't laser treatment. That was something. There was a PRP hair, for example. Again, using injections, but yes, we can give you
combination
a
of
combination,
strategies. So yeah, topical, numbing, ice cube, distraction techniques, Pronox.
And
lots of
a
options.
lot of the time you would be quite surprised at how comfortable it is. So obviously the first time is always a little bit anxiety ridden, but after that I find people, they're okay with a little bit of the topical. Sometimes they may need Pronox, just depending on the area. Great for laser treatments.
Another question, if Kybella doesn't work, do you have other options for a fat dissolver that has similar results to a neck/chin lipo?
So as we mentioned earlier, we do have cool sculpting, which is a body contouring technique, and that's used to debulk and remove some of that fullness under the chin as well. And we have clients that are more suitable for cool sculpting, some that are more suitable for the Belkyra based on the anatomy alone. And we have a large number of clients that get both done in combination with each other for the best results. And we did mention as well, jawline filler really complements that treatment as well to give that defined structure to the jawline.
Yeah, a lot of the time if you have a weaker chin or a more recessed chin, underneath of the chin has no structure to hang on to. So sometimes we can give the illusion of a slimmer face with just a little bit of chin filler, which is great.
So that kind of answers this one. Can filler or Botox help chisel your jawline?
Absolutely, yeah. We can do masseter Botox. If you have very strong clenching muscles, you can look a little bit bulkier, a little bit wider. We inject Botox there, we atrophy the muscle, and it can give a nice slim appearance to the face and also help therapeutically for clenching and grinding.
How long do the effects of filler last?
So it depends on the area, it depends on the dose. We don't just have one kind of filler. We use Juvederm, but there are multiple different viscosities of filler within that line. So if we are talking lips, I'm going to use a lot thinner of a filler compared to jawline where we want to mimic bone. So depending on the area, between 6 months and 2 years.
Can filler be used under the eyes in sunken eye socket areas?
Absolutely. Yeah, so we really do like to treat holistically. Do you want to talk a little bit about the under eye filler, the support of the cheek?
Yeah, so under eyes is one of the main concerns that we see clients for. And filler really does work best for that hollow area for the sunken eye sockets, but it really works best when combined with cheek filler as well to give that structure to the area.
Yeah.
We also are going to be bringing in a new service, PRP for the under eyes as well, which we have seen really great results with that as well. So again, everyone's treatment plan is going to be different, and we're going to customize that based on your anatomy, your goals, and we're really going to try to get you the best results.
Can you do Botox and filler in the same day?
Yes, a lot of people get Botox and filler in the same day, saves you an extra trip. There's no contraindications to not do it on the same day.
That seems to be it for now.
Okay, so obviously we have some experts here. They know their
We
stuff.
did have one person say we love how educated you guys are, so thankful to have you here local.
Aw,
Yes,
thank you.
That's wonderful, right? So I learn so much from these two ladies all the time, and especially when it comes to injections, filler, Botox, everything like that. So thank you. And so they've done, as you're saying, education-wise. I mean, they're advanced injectors. You know, more allergen trained than anybody else I would say that I've met before.
Yes.
And lots of extra courses, and just they're passionate about it. Harley is always learning. Christina's always learning. So these are the type of injectors you want working with you. People who are passionate like this and who are always looking at new treatment options. So we will finish.
One more question.
One more question.
For noticing drooping, so like the jowl starting to form, do you use filler in the cheeks to pull up the face or under the eyes?
Okay, so we'll just repeat the question. So it's people who have their jowls or just their face is just kind of just sinking a small bit here, more the mid face down to the lower face. What would you call that area? Is it like the marionette lines, or that's the?
Yeah, so that's the signs of aging that we see, and that's caused by these changes that are happening in our body with our bone density, our fat pads, our overlying skin. And so we really like to start by putting the structure back into the face. So we're really going to assess for the cheek area, the jawline area, and put some volume back into the structure. And then we can also put some filler directly into those areas as well.
And everyone's different. It's why we kind of go in for the consultation. Some people may need cheek filler. Some people may need just a little bit of support in the lower face. So we'd love to meet you.
Is there a risk of filler migrating?
Always. There's always a risk of filler migrating. Our face moves. And that's why we do use hyaluronic acid fillers. If we do see any migration from maybe filler that has been there for 15 plus years, we use an enzyme called hyaluronidase, which dissolves filler.
And I think that goes back to that training question. So we've had extensive training. We select our fillers based on the area of the face, based on your anatomy. We go with recommended dosaging and expert injection technique.
Yeah,
And we'll take one more question.
just to like hear that we're available 24/7. So if you have a treatment and you have any questions that night, we have a number that goes to my phone, and I will answer it for you. I'll wake these ladies up if we have to, but I don't. This hasn't happened, but we have people who have maybe a question over the weekend, and if we're closed, we're always available to answer, which is a nice service as well to offer people.
Who would be a good candidate for a lip flip?
So the best candidate for a lip flip is if you smile and your lip curls inward. So when we add Botox around the mouth, it's relaxing that muscle, it's everting that upper lip out a little bit and gives you a little bit more pink show. It can help with a gummy smile. If you're not quite ready for lip filler, a lip flip is great. It gives you that little bit of the illusion of some volume in the lip. And it's not invasive. It's a couple pokes around the mouth, very easy with an ice cube. And it is Botox, so it takes about 2 weeks to kick in. Yeah, lip flip is great. It can also help with perioral lines as well.
Those are the kind of fine lines you got.
Yeah, the fine lines around the mouth, smoker's lines. Yeah, it just relaxes the muscle. And a lot of the time we'll do a lip flip first, and then we will do lip filler, so we have a little bit more surface area to work with.
I think you can tell we could talk about this all night. So, yeah, like John said, this is our passion. This is what we love to do. And like Harley said, we invite you guys in to come for a consultation with us so we can talk more.
Yep. So thank you, everybody, and thank you for our team for being here tonight. And we look forward to seeing everybody soon. And don't forget to fill out your forms, and we'll be announcing the winner
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Okay. So stay tuned for the winners, guys. Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye-bye.